We humans love feeling connected. With all that's going on right now, many of us are feeling separate.
We can build bridges between our divisions.
Though it may take patience and a little effort. It's well worth it to feel that sweet, sweet human connection. Hey, it's Genevieve here in downtown Eau Claire.
It's time for Walkabout Talk About. Let's go. Awesome. All set to go? Yay! Well, let me just say thank you so much for being on our show. It's a pleasure to have you. How are you?
I am fine today, thank you.
Doing good, pretty good. The weather's nice.
I'm doing terrific.
You guys are amazing. What are you doing right now?
Did a night cream it down
We're
on.
just out shopping the farmer's market, yeah.
So to start, I have an icebreaker question for you. What's one of your favorite icebreaker questions?
Aha, that's hard.
Where are you from originally?
What other name?
What's your favorite sport, I guess?
Get to know someone better, like your favorite ice cream.
What do you weigh?
A pretty good icebreaker for me is, hey, how's it going? It's just simple.
Okay, and what do you do to connect with people?
I'm usually kind of anxious about talking to new people, so this year I've been putting myself out there more and talking to more kids in my class.
I say I.
Somehow it'll get into more of a personal level, and then you just get to know a person better.
And always makes me really happy.
Nice to see you, more of you. Wave and smile to the camera and say hello. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's really good to see you. How do you feel when you connect with someone?
Did.
Well, you feel better. I think you need those connections.
Better than if I hadn't connected with them.
I always feel brighter and happier and very much excited when I connect with someone, and I can pretty much just describe it as going, yay!
It feels good. Like, I don't know. I feel like that's why we're all here, is to connect.
How is connecting with someone like building a bridge?
Start off with the bridge, you need a foundation. So if you can establish foundation with a person and then
They build the other side and you build the other side, then you'll both get there, at some point. Before that bridge is made, you have to walk through the water every time, and it's slow going and it's difficult. But once the bridge is actually made, you can sprint across it as fast as you possibly can and instantly get that connection with every time you see a person.
It's rare to connect with somebody right off the bat. Most people that I know that I connect with closely, it took time. It's a precious bridge. You got to put care into it.
So, eye contact is an important part of communication. So, would you guys like to have a staring contest? Oh, you're good. Wow.
So do you think you can beat me? I don't know.
When you open the eyes extra wide and she's like, oh, I really want to play now. Oh, that was awesome. So were we already connected in some way before we met here today?
Well, we're human beings. We live in the same town.
I'd say we kind of have a connection because, we're kind of part of this community. And, it doesn't matter who we are because, we're basically all the same people. It doesn't matter what color we are. We're all good people.
So, there is a connection. We just made it a little bit more by
The human connection, yeah.
Are we connecting with each other right now while talking about people connecting?
Yeah, of course. You asking questions is just slowly getting to know us better, and we're slowly getting to know you better.
Getting to know each other, learning mannerisms, knowing a little bit
Get more comfortable with the person once you actually interact with them.
100%. I'm driving. Are you?
Okay, is there anything else you'd care to add to the people you're connecting with out there?
I'm going to talk to the people who sometimes get anxious about talking to new people, like I do. Chances are the person you want to talk to wants to talk to you as well, and you never know it, you might meet your best friend just by starting up a conversation.
Technology is just a great way to get out there. So even when you don't want to leave your room, your house, you just don't want to get out there to connect with people. Right now during a pandemic, this is the perfect time to go online.
The world's beautiful. See the best in it.
Jonah cares about people connecting because we feel that the only way we can build a positive community is through breaking down the stigmas and the walls that divide us. Jonah offers training in the community to help people learn how to build relationships with people who look different than them, believe different than them, and to help encourage people that it's important for us to go out and get to know each other.
Well, thank you both so much for being on the show. Normally I would give you guys a hug, but I'll give you an air hug. So thank you. Thank you both so much. You did amazing. Thank you.
Hey, elbows. Hey.
To connect with Jonah, you can visit our website, www.jonahjustice.org.
Thanks, and we'll catch you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Take care.
You too. Bye.
Walk about,
Talk about.
walk about,
Talk about.
walk about, talk about.
How do we balance our inner and our outer spiritual selves? That is, our personal relationship with God, balanced with the need to live our faith through actions. Caring for one's own inner life while connecting with community. One's own community, reaching out to connect with diverse communities around the world. Our ability to do anything truly worthwhile depends on our taking time to be aware of God. It is a balance of the inner wisdom and beauty and truth within, with the outer acts of loving kindness. It is not just being nice, but actively pursuing the living God. How can we be loving to those we do not like or do not know? How can we get beyond our petty grievances to truly love one another? We need to be grounded in God. When we do listen to God and hear what is being asked of us, we often wonder how we can possibly do what we know we should do. To act without conviction is hollow, and to know what one should do but not act is a lost opportunity to walk with Jesus and serve God's people. So how do we perform the miracles of healing and life which Jesus promised his followers they could do? Jesus said that the Holy Spirit, the Advocate, would walk beside us, to sometimes be our guide, our teacher, our friend, our helper, our advocate, so that we could do things beyond what we think we can do. Jesus said that his followers would do even greater acts of love than he had done. How do we attune our hearing to that wise counsel of the Spirit? We listen, we watch, we feel. When I mix glazes, I use a recipe much like when baking. If I use too much of one ingredient, the glaze would be too liquid and run off of the pot. Too little, and it would be too rough. I need to watch the scales and adjust to make the glaze balanced. In a canoe, it's important to keep your weight in the center. You can feel when you're too far to one side or the other and adjust accordingly to stay in balance. When playing the guitar, all strings need to be attuned to each other. When a string is tightened too much, it sounds too high. When it's too loose, it sounds too low. It's all a delicate balance. The player needs to listen carefully to hear if the strings are in harmony. The living God calls us to the center of our beings, aligning our thoughts and our spirits with the heart of God so that we gather the energy and wisdom to move confidently into the heart of the world and make a real difference. The love of God will flow through you and touch the hearts of those around you while you're still able to do what you need to do, like pick up the groceries and pay the bills. Dare to believe that God is asking you to go beyond your safe cocoon of tradition and habit to do great acts of love. There are many names for the nameless one. Father, Son, and Holy Spirit is familiar. Father, a God who provides stability and care. Son, who loves and walks with us. Holy Spirit, who empowers and emboldens. Creator, God who made and makes all that is. Redeemer, God who heals our brokenness. Sustainer, God who walks with us in power. Source of life and birth, Word who came to earth, Holy Flame. All of these and many more names for the Trinity, for God. I was once having a conversation with an elderly nun. We were talking about the Trinity, and she said 3. I guess that makes sense. But considering that God is all-powerful, all-encompassing, everywhere, for all eternity, wouldn't a circle make more sense? Over the centuries, people have come up with many different ways of understanding God. When Moses asked the voice in the burning bush, "Who is it that's talking with me?" God replied, "I am who I am." God cannot be named or described fully. God is all of the names and beyond any description. God is here. God is beyond. God is.